What is up, guys? We are facing the Once and Future Kang on Expert Mode with Peter Parker's Spider-Man. So Kang will start off with a tough stats card, and then we will shuffle up the encounter deck here. And then for the main scheme, when reviewed, deal each player an encounter card. And then let's shuffle up our player deck over here. And draw up to our hand size of 6. And let's see what we got. Okay, so let's definitely keep Agent Coulson here, and we can mulligan and discard these 5 cards. So drawing 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So first, let's use Peter Parker's Scientist to generate a mental resource. This would be 2 more when paying for a yellow card. So we can put down Agent Coulson. When he enters play, search your deck and discard pile for a preparation card and add it to your hand. So we are looking for a Spycraft. Put that in our hand here. Okay, next let's flip over to Spider-Man here. And then we will use this, let's have Coulson attack Kang to get rid of this tough stats card. Coulson will take 1 consequential damage. Let's use this as 3 resources to play a swinging web kick. And we're going to hit Kang for 8 to bring him from 15 down to 7. And Spider-Man will swing for 2 to bring him from 7 down to 5. And then we will use a Spycraft here as a resource to play Warrior the Great Web. Attached to a character with Spider inside, we give the Spider-Man. Attached character gains a Web Warrior trait, and when a Web Warrior ally leaves play, we get +1 attack for the end of the phase. So that will end our turn. Let's ready back up, draw back up to our hand size of 5. Okay, and then it is Kang's turn. He's going to add 1 to the main scheme. He's going to attack us, force interrupt. When Kang attacks you, either place 1 threat on the main scheme or he gets +2 attack. Let's put 1 threat on the main scheme here. And then we're going to just take the attack. So he's hitting for base of 3. Spire Sense will activate. When the villain initiates an attack against you, draw 1 card. So we draw a card. And then he's hitting for 3 plus a boost card. Give this enemy a tough stats card and another boost card. So give him another boost card here. 1, so it's hitting for a total of 4. So we draw from 10 down to 6. And then we get 1 encounter card for a total of 2. The first one, Assault, the villain attacks you. So the same thing, let's put another threat on the main scheme here. So it's attacking for 3. We will defend this attack here. Actually, wait, first Spire Sense activates, so we draw a card. And then we defend. He gets a boost card here for 2. So he's hitting for 5, we defend it for 3. So we take 2 damage, dropping down to 4. And then last encounter card, Macrobots with Guard and Retaliate. Okay, so it's back to our turn here. Let's see, we want to get down Nick Fury. Let's use this as 4 resources so we can play Nick Fury. When Nick Fury enters play, choose 1. We're going to pick the one to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay. For the Web of Life and Destiny, ignore this card's resource cost. If your identity has a Web Warrior trait, we do with the Warrior the Great Web. So we put this down. And whenever a Web Warrior ally leaves play, we can use this to draw a card. Next, let's see. Let's use this as 3 resources so we can play another swinging web kick. And we're going to hit Macrobots for 8 to get rid of him. Okay. Next, let's use a B Cup as a resource to play Endurance. This will increase our max hit points by 3. So we can go from 4 up to 7 here. And we're waiting for Aunt May so we can heal. And then let's see, we're going to have Coulson Thwart for 2 on the main scheme here. He takes 8 consequential damage. Nick Fury will attack Kang to get rid of his tough stats card, and Nick will take 8 consequential damage. Okay, that will end our turn, so let's ready back up. And we're going to draw back up to our hand size of 5. Okay, we got Aunt May and the Avengers Mansion here. So it is Kang's turn, adding 1 to the main scheme. He attacks us. Let's give him +2 attack. We draw a card with Spider Sense. Nick Fury defends this attack. This will be his boost card. So base 5 plus 2 more for a total of 7. Nick Fury does not survive. And we get one encounter card. Temporal Shield, attached to Kang. When Kang is attacked, discard this card, prevent all the damage, and do 1 damage to the attacker. Okay, so let's see. We want to get Aunt May down. And I also just really want to get the Avengers Mansion down too. So this might not be the best play. Yeah, let's use this as 4 resources so we can play the Avengers Mansion. Exhaust it to draw a card. And we will use Ironheart as a resource to put down Aunt May. Okay, next, let's see. Spider-Man will attack Kang. So this force interrupt will happen. The temporal shield will block the attack and do 1 damage to Spider-Man. So we drop from 7 down to 6 here. Okay, that will end our turn. So let's ready back up. Then we're gonna draw back up to our hand size of 5. We should be getting Moon Girl soon. Okay, but not yet. Okay, so it's Kang's turn. He's gonna add 1 threat to the main scheme. He attacks. We're given +2 attack. We draw a card with Spider Sense. Let's take the attack. So this will be his boost card. 1 against an additional boost for each obligation. We have none, so he's hitting for a total of 6. We'll use a backflip here. When you would take any amount of damage from enemy attack, prevent all that damage, so we can jump out of the way. And a 1 encounter card. Frozen time, so we attach this to our identity. When we were ready, we would discard this instead and not be ready. Okay, so it's back to our turn. Let's use the mansion to draw a card. And then we don't want to flip them yet because we're not going to be ready. So let's use this as 2 resources to play SPDR. We only play here if we control a web word card. We do with Spider-Man and the Warrior of the Great Web. And then, let's see. Let's have SPDR attack Kang. So hit him for 1 to bring him down to 4. She takes a consequential damage. Let's have Spider-Man attack Kang for 2 to bring him from 4 down to 2. And then, let's see. Nothing to do with this. I think we're gonna get rid of Coulson here too. So Coulson's going to thwart for 2 from the main scheme to bring that back down to 1. He will take consequential damage and be discarded. So that will end our turn here. So we can ready everyone back up. Spider-Man does not get ready. We discard the Frozen in Time instead. And then we draw back up to our hand size of 5. Let's check our hand size here. Yeah, so we're gonna keep everything here, just draw 2 more cards. And we got the Moon Girl. Okay, so it is Kang's turn, +1 to the main scheme. He is going to attack us. Spider Sense activates, or first we give him +2 attack, so attack for a base of 5. Spider Sense activates so we can draw a card. We will take the attack. So this will be his boost card here. Nothing. So it's hitting for a base of 5. We'll use a backflip again to jump out of the way. And then we get 1 encounter card. The villain schemes. So scheming for a base of 1 + 2. So he's scheming for 3 on the main scheme. So this goes up to 5. Okay. And then it's back to our turn here. Okay, so this is looking perfect. Let's use Avengers Mansion so we can draw a card. We decked out, so he will deal us 1 encounter card. And we can shuffle up the discard pile here, back into the deck. All right, and then we want to play, should we save this for next turn? No, let's play it right now. We're gonna play One Way or Another. Search the encounter deck for a side scheme and reveal it. So let's look for the easiest side scheme to deal with. We're gonna reveal Pin Down with the crisis icon and 2 threat. When we reviewed, place 2 threat for each obligation in play. There are none, so it just has 2 threat. And then we can resolve One Way or Another and draw 3 cards. So 1, 2, 3. This will go away. Let's use SPDR to thwart for 2. This will clear out Pin Down. We can discard this. And SPDR's effect, when she takes excess consequential damage, which she does with the thwart action, she can return to our hand. We use the effect of Web of Life and Destiny to draw a card now because of Web Warrior ally let play. Okay, next we're gonna use this as a resource, this as a resource, and this. So 3 resources here. So we can put down Quinn Carrier, which we can only play as an Avenger. We are an Avenger as Spider-Man here. And then, let's see, let's use this as 2 more resources. So we can play SPDR back down. And then let's let's flip over to Peter Parker here. We're gonna use Scientist to generate a mental resource, the Quinn character to generate a second mental resource, and this is a third mental resource to play Moon Girl. We can only play her if we have the champion or genius trait. We are a genius with Peter Parker. After you play Moon Girl from your hand, draw one card for each mental resource used to pay for. We use 3, draw 3 cards. Okay, and then let's use this as 3 resources so we can put down our first beat cop. Exhaust beat cop to move threat from a scheme over to it. Exhaust AMA to heal by 4 to go from 6 back up to 10 here. SP Dare attacks Kang for 1 to bring from 2 down to 1 hit point. She takes a consequential damage. And then Moon Girl is going to attack Kang for 2 to bring him down to 0. She will take 2 consequential damage. So Kang is defeated. When defeated, advance the main scheme to stage 2 at the end of the phase. So nothing happens yet, but we're gonna end our turn here. So let's ready everyone back up. And this also ends the player phase. So we draw back up to our hand size of 6, keeping Lady Spider in our hand here. Okay, so at the end of the phase, we advance the stage. So this clears off to stage 2. Get rid of this Kang. So place 1 acceleration token here for each side scheme in play. There are none. Then a player will randomly review. So these are the 4 variants of Kang. We're gonna randomly review one to face. So let's shuffle these up a little bit. So we got Kang Iron Lad. This guy has Retaliate 1 and Toughness. And then he also has 22 hit points. And then we have to find the corresponding main scheme for him. This one right here. So create your own game area with this Kang, and then do yourself an encounter card. This will have 1 threat, +1 every single turn. Okay, and then this also flips over to the Master of Time. Okay, so it is Kang's turn now. So +1 to the main scheme. He's gonna scheme against us for a base of 2, +1 boost card, 3. So he is scheming for 5. This goes up to 7 here. And then he will deal us 1 encounter card, so we have 3 total. So the first one is Future Weapon. Attach this to Kang. When he attacks, the attack gains overkill. And if it damages a hero, then hero is stunned. Next encounter card, Weaken. So we get this obligation here. After you use a basic hero power, take 1 damage. After you action, discard a physical resource from your hand to discard this card. And then last card, when review, discard each event from your hand. So we only have 1 event here, the Enhanced Fire Sense. And if no events are discarded, it gains Surge, but we were able to discard an event. Okay, so it's back to our turn here. I think we're just gonna stay in hero form, not really do anything, or in alter ego form, because we want him to scheme this out. But we can play a beat cop. Let's use Avengers Mansion to draw a card. Okay, perfect. So let's do this alter ego action. Discard a physical resource from your hand to discard this obligation here. Okay, next we're gonna use Peter Parker's Scientist to generate a mental resource. This is a double when paying for yellow card to put down a second beat cop. So we got 2 beat cops here. And then let's see, he's schemed for a base of 2. This has 7 threat. Okay, so we can't remove any threat. No, it gets +1. So let's exhaust the beat cop to move 1 threat over. And then I think that's, let's use Aunt May to heal, to go back to up to our full hit points of 13. And then that's pretty much it, because we just want to face the final Kang here. So let's end our turn. We're gonna keep this in our hand. Ready everyone back up. Draw back up to our hand size of 6. Okay, and it is back to Kang's turn here. Okay, so he's gonna add 1 to the main scheme. So that's at 7. He's scheming for a base of 2, plus a boost card here, 3. So it will threat out, schemes for 5. When this stage is completed, which it is, place 1 set aside Kang's Dominion. We have this right here, face down. And then we remove these 2 cards at the end of the phase. So Kang is still gonna deal us an encounter card here. Treachery, Insight 1, so place another threat on the main scheme. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a temporal minion is discarded and review that minion. So we're gonna mill out here. We got with the first one with Quick Strike, but it won't go off because we're in alter ego form. Okay, so let's see. that's the end of the phase. So we can discard this scheme right here. And then we also discard Kang Iron Lad, so he loses the tough status, and the attachment will be discarded as well. The minion will stay in play. And then right here, we advance the stage to 4A. So 4A right here, and then when review Kang 3, so we have him right here. He has a tough status card and 25 hit points. And then, let's see, review each face down Kang's minion here, so this will have 3 threat. Kang cannot take damage. When defeated, deal the player who defeated this scheme a face down encounter card. And then for Kang's Wrath here, 0 threat plus 1 per turn. Each player searches the game area for their nemesis minion. So we are putting the Vulture into play engaged with us. He has Quick Strike, but it won't go off because we're still in Alter Ego form. Okay, so that is the end of Kang's turn. So it's gonna be back to our turn here. So let's use Avengers Mansion so we can draw a card. And then, let's see, we wanna get Fury down. Let's have Moon Girl attack this minion for 2. Moon Girl will take consequential damage and be discarded. We're gonna have SPDR Thwart for 2 from Kang's minion to bring us down to 1. She'll take excess consequential damage, come back to her hand. We draw a card with the Web of Life and Destiny and get +1 attack with the War of the Great Web. Okay, let's put Fury down here. So let's use, we're gonna use Peter Parker's Scientist to generate a mental resource. Did we use it already? No, we haven't used it yet. Okay, so we use Scientist to generate a mental resource. This would be 3 more resources for a total of 4. So we can play Nick Fury. When Nick Fury enters play, choose one. We're gonna pick the one and draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's flip over now to Spider-Man. Spider-Man has +1 attack because SPDR led play earlier. So it's going to attack the Terma Natrix for 3. So we can get rid of her. Next, Nick Fury will attack Vulture for 2. And then we're going to exhaust the B-Cop to remove this last threat from Kang's Dominion. When defeated, deal with the player who defeated this and encounter card. And then Nick Fury takes a consequential damage. Forgot about that. Okay. Next, we can use this as 4 resources when paying for a yellow card to play Lady Spider. She will attack Vulture. She takes 2 consequential damage, and Vulture is defeated here. And then let's move everything aside for some more space. We will use this as a resource to put down a web shooter. This will have 3 web counters on there. And then let's use this as a resource and the Quinn Care as a resource to play SPDR. She attacks Kang for 1 to get rid of tough status. She will take a consequential damage. We're gonna use a web shooter to generate a resource to play Spycraft. Play only if you control a spy character. We do with Nick Fury. When you review an encounter card, discard Spycraft, cancel the effects of that card, then review another encounter card. So that will end our turn here. Let's ready back up. And then we're gonna draw back up to our hand size of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So it is Kang's turn. He's gonna add 1 to the main scheme. He's going to attack us. When Kang attacks you, either place 1 threat on the main scheme or give him +2 attack. Let's give him +2 attack. Spider Sense activates so we can draw a card. We're gonna have Nick Fury defend this attack. This will be his boost card. So 5 + 0. So Nick does not survive that. He gets discarded and we get 1 encounter card for a total of 2. The first one, Future Weapon, so he gets that same attachment back again. Last encounter card, Rampage, so this has an acceleration token, and 4 threat. Okay, so back to our turn here. Let's use Avengers Mansion to draw a card. Since we decked out, he deals us a face down encounter card here. And then we're gonna shuffle the discard pile back into the deck. Okay, let's exhaust both B-Cops to grab 1 threat from here to B-Cop and 1 threat from here. So this B-Cop will have 3, and this one has 2. Okay. Next, let's see. We want to start attacking Kang, so let's use this as 3 resources to play a swing web kick, and we're gonna hit Kang for 8 to bring him from 25 down to 17. And then Lady Spider is going to attack Kang for 2 to bring him from 17 down to 15. She takes consequential damage and is discarded. With the effect of Web of Life and Destiny, we can now draw a card when a Web Warrior ally leaves play. SPDR will thwart for 2 from Rampage to bring us down to 1. She takes excess consequential damage and comes back to her hand with her effect. We draw another card with the Web of Life and Destiny. Spider-Man gets +2 attack because 2 Web Warrior allies left play with the War of the Great Web. So he's gonna swing at Kang for 4 to bring from 15 down to 11. And then let's use this as 2 resources to play SPDR back down again. She will attack Kang for 1 to bring him down to 10, taking a consequential damage. And then let's use this as 3 resources when paying for a yellow card to play Agent Coulson. We don't have any more preparations because it's the only one, so nothing happens with that. And then that will end our turn. So let's have Coulson attack Kang for 1, 2 to bring him down to 9 here. Okay, and he'll take a consequential damage. Okay, now that will end our turn. So let's ready everyone back up. And then we want to get these swinging web kicks out. So let's discard the beat cop here. Draw back up to our hand size of 5. Okay, so it is Kang's turn. +1 or +2 to main scheme because of the acceleration. He's going to attack us. We're going to give him +2 attack. Spider Sense to draw a card. So he now has 5 base +2, so 7. When he attacks, the attack gains overkill. And if it damages you, then we get stunned. Okay, so and after attack, discard it. So he's attacking us for 7, plus a boost card here. We're gonna take it. 2 more, so it's hitting us for 9. We will use this backflip here to jump out of the way. And since the attack still went off, we can discard the future weapon here. And we get 1 encounter card for a total of 2. First one, caught off guard, discard an upgrade or support you control. Let's discard these web shooters here. And then our last encounter card, Master Plan, place 4 threat on each side scheme. So this goes from 1 up to 5. All right, and it's back to our turn here. Let's use Avengers Mansion so we can draw a card. Let's have SPDR thwart for 2 from here to bring us down to 3. She returns to our hand, taking the excess consequential damage. We draw a card with the Web of Life and Destiny. Spider-Man has +1 attack with the War of the Great Web. We attack for 3 to bring Kang from 9 down to 6. Coulson attacks for 1 to bring from 6 down to 5. And then, okay, we're going to use this as 2 resources to play SPDR back down again. She's going to attack Kang for 1 to bring him from 5 down to 4, take a consequential damage. We're gonna play Black Cat here, using this as 2 resources. So whenever you play Black Cat from your hand, discard the top 2 cards of your deck, add each mental resource to your hand, so we get this swing web kick here, which is a mental resource. Use the Queen card to generate a resource. This would be 2 more resources to play this swinging web kick. And we're gonna hit Kang for 8 to bring him from 4 down to 0. And that is Kang on expert mode with Peter Parker Spider-Man.